So I personally think that you said that I guess a woman has to make sure that they, is it, what would you say in the beginning, cater or program themselves to like, so basically get used to their man
lifestyle. Yeah. Yes.
Well, I think it's vice versa though. You know what I mean? Because you can sit here and say all day that we women have to program themselves to a man's certain lifestyle, but it's like, obviously we were doing something too for them, for them to be attracted to us. You know what I mean? So and I think it kind of,
what attracted to you.
It sounds crazy, but it's true.
No, 100%.
It sounds crazy, but it's true.
You know, to keep that attraction, I guess, I mean, you guys have to be in sync too.
Yeah.
So it's like, after years, relationships change. You know, obviously, if you're dedicating a time to somebody that you want to be with every day, like I said, I'm not saying that you guys have bad days, but if you truly want to be with that person, you know, kind of, I'm not going to say like you cut off friends completely. I think it just naturally kind of comes, you know what I mean? Once you want to spend your time with this person all the day, every day. I'm not saying like, you know, we can't go out with friends or anything. I'm not saying that, but it's like naturally you just kind of, you guys sync and like nothing really matters between you, like around other than you guys being together.
Yeah, well, a guy can be in that comfort bubble with his woman and can still be ambitious, can still be a predator, right?
Yeah, no,
but what
sure.
I'm saying is a lot of the average Joe kind of guys who don't really have much going on for themselves or whatever, and they just get so in tune into a woman's life.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
That's when that becomes their obsession.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then they don't. I mean, I don't know if it leads to sometimes men don't take care of themselves whenever they just come into tune with
it.
You know?
I think it's finding a balance.
Yeah,
balance
of course.
between both. You know,
of course.
As in, like, because like for me, I mean, I have a balanced life with my spouse. Like we both kind of like get in tune with each other's routines and our day to days. Of course. Well, for me, again, it's just saying I think they just find a balance in between the relationship. Every relationship is different, though, too. I just want to respect everyone's relationship on that because everyone's different.
Yeah.
But for me, it's always just like communicating and finding a balance on that.
So would you say that, okay, like think about it. This is for both y'all. Would you say that y'all's relationship is a little bit more catered to what your man wants and is allowing him to lead the relationship?
Yeah,
So
I would
that
say,
goes
yeah.
into like what he said there, which is you're gonna fit yourself into his life and the way his lifestyle is, and then once you fit your way into that, you've gained his trust. For him to give the pushback on, okay, now that you've earned my trust, let me give you what you want now. Let me give the pushback. Okay, your schedule's like this. I'm gonna go work around that a little bit as well. I'll give the pushback there, but initially, it's you're fitting your way into his life.
I don't agree with that,
I don't know,
honestly.
you just said yes.
Well, okay, well, I wanted
you
to.
did.
Okay, well, I agree to an extent, but
Uh-huh.
it's like not. I feel like I don't have to fit my way into their lifestyle. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I'm just not understanding or.
I mean, it kind of is like you're fitting your way into his life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like you've fit your way into each other's lives. Cause
not just one-sided.
but
I said it is both ways.
Yeah.
But I said initially you're trying to fit your way into his life, and once you've gained his trust and he realizes you're not just another promiscuous girl,
okay,
now
I get
I'm
what you
gonna
mean on
push
that.
back
Okay.
and give you what you want, and I'm gonna cater to it. Okay, you're off that day. I'll make the accommodation this time instead of you always making the accommodation. Is what I'm referring to.
So
At the
do
initial beginning.
you think it's like always better for us women to try to always
Yes.
first do it?
Yes,
You
I
know?
always try to like we're saying. It's like you work your way into our lives.
Well, the
and
thing
we'll
is,
work
is
after
to this point, right? I feel like it's a man's job to attain, right? Attain the relationship. I feel it's a woman's job to retain it,
Yep.
right? Because most of the time, I mean, most women are not going to date an average dude or someone who's not ambitious or anything like that. But you're dealing with a guy who is in that 10%. You know, we always bring this up, but you deal with a guy who's in 10% who is of value, right? He will attract. Now it's a woman's job to keep him, right? Because if he's of that caliber, he's got options everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And if you were to walk, what's to say you can't find someone else, right? Now, a woman can be the same way, right? A woman can definitely, like, she's got her options.
Let's flip it. If a woman
Yeah,
has
woman-
a lot of options, it's our job as the man to first get her from the rest of the men.
Yeah.
And then it's up to her job after that to try to keep me right here without the rest of the men coming around, because we already know the rest of the men are gonna come around.
Yeah.
Keep coming around.
No, of course. I think women should definitely humble themselves, because sometimes I feel like we tend to get a little bit and I don't want to step on any toes, but sometimes women, you know, they tend to
No, you should step on some.
Yeah,
I
100%.
don't, because everybody's different. Everybody has different personalities. Everybody views, you know,
Yeah,
they have
yeah,
their
yeah.
own perspective of the way that they portray themselves. You know what I mean? But I definitely think that sometimes we should humble ourselves a little bit more. Realize that, yeah, sometimes financially, some women do have a little bit more and they can provide for themselves. But at the end of the day, it's good to have just your safe space with your man and know that he will always be there for you at the end of the day,
Yep.
you know, and you guys contribute together. Even if a woman does make more money, view it from the man's perspective too. Like, you know, that he could be completely fine with that, but just contribute, you know what I mean? Share with each
Yeah.
other, you know?
Oh, we got some questions.
What's going on here?
We got some.
So real quick.